I would like to ask for Andre's higher self to come in, please.
Yes,
Thank you. How is his body going today?
his body is feeling much lighter today. There is still healing taking place, still releasing taking place. So he will be all set for going back into work tomorrow. So it was a big success, and all is going very well.
Hmm, fantastic. Great. I'm so pleased for him. Um, I have a question about the energy that is coming on to the earth right now. Is there any information you want to share with us?
The purpose of this whole thing has been to awaken people to a point where they are able to move on to the new Earth, or to their designated constellations or planets. So, with the last remaining weeks and days of the process, it is more important than ever that people are awakening at a rapid pace to uh, the point where they can um, shift off the planet. So the energy coming in right now is just that, uh, intensify uh, the day to day, to help them awaken, to release, to wake up, and it will catapult them into uh, that very state of awakening. Um, are you asking about something more specific?
No, that's really good general information about what's happening. And can you confirm that the energy is just going to keep increasing?
Yes, but the energy, while it will be increasing, so too will the ability to handle the energy. Um, so it will feel quite intense for many people, but it will not be so intense that you cannot handle it and cannot go about your day-to-day lives. But the energy is being filtered through. We say energy quite lightly because it is so much more than just energy. There is many elements to it, many aspects to it. It's not just a question of beaming energy onto the planet. It's an amalgamation of many different things that awaken DNA, that um, uh, we say almost torment the body to allow for release. So it is this amalgamation of many various types of um we'll say things to shake to shake up the planet, um, and to modify your uh, uh, bodies to awaken the crystalline body within you. So while it is said that the energies will be more intense, so too will the ability to handle them.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Will there be um, something that will be happening in our future to help people have visual confirmation of something big happening?
Andre is seeing two things. He he is nervous about talking about this because, as was said before, there would be confirmation of extraterrestrial life appearing, for the human race to give them undeniable proof um, of that life, that which exists without outside of their reality. Um, so there will be various sightings and confirmations of extraterrestrial life, as you call it. And we also showed Andre a cosmic sky event or events that will be carrying energy. So they will be in the sky. That will also be us in many various different ways, um, uh, transmitting energies onto the planet to awaken, to that give that final push in the awakening process. It will not necessarily have to happen everywhere. Andre is seeing certain locations that need this more than others, but with the technology that you have, the whole world will be able to be a part of these events.
Thank you so much. So can you give us more insight into what will be shown?
Andre is seeing an extremely large ship, like a mothership, um, cascading through the sky, and many different ships around it, um, as if the final, uh, as if he's seeing it like the energy that it would give is you are not you are not alone. You are not as in control or in power as you think you are. There is something very much greater and bigger out there, and this will shock people into almost dropping to their knees um, and repenting almost to the lives that they thought they were living, which was that humans were the ones who were in control and had everything and were the greater beings. And this is just going to be that realization that there is so much more out there. Because even with the science that you have here that portrays space being this vast place, almost immeasurable by the human scientific apparatus, that there would be no life is a very arrogant statement, and the humans need to know that they are not the only ones in the star system. With regards to the celestial event, Andre is seeing a pink sky. We showed him pink sky and colors running through the sky. And this will be something that has not been seen by the human eye before.
Thank you. And do you get a sense of when this will occur?
I'm just seeing two dates. He's seeing the 14th, but he's also seeing the 14th of December. He's also seeing closer, very much closer, in the days leading up to the event.
Thank you very much. That does confirm quite a few sessions that I've had also. So thank you. Thank you. Now, subconscious or sorry, yes?
Just saying that Andre is really glad because he was freaking out. We were trying to relax.
All right. Okay. Well, Andre can relax um, with much love while I talk to his higher self. Now, higher self, when you say to us things like our science and our technology, does that kind of make you feel? I mean, that would make me laugh. from your position because you know that we have such limited technology and such limited science that it must be a bit of a giggle for you.
It is not so much a giggle because it would be a giggle. It would be a fun little experiment for us to see you try and sort of navigate this planet with your limited technology. The the part that is not that we do not like is the fact that you actually do have very, very advanced technology on your planet that is not being utilized for the people and shown to the people. The technology on your planet would blow your minds. That does exist in your dimension. It's just that you are not privy to it as human beings that live under the constraints of a governing system that is corrupt. So it is in some ways funny from your perspective, and I can definitely see how you would feel like very primitive. But in fact, there is very, very advanced and wonderful technology that does exist on your planet.
Well, yeah, that's quite frustrating that we are not being allowed to have this advanced technology. Would it have been if we could have had that advanced technology earlier? Would we have been able to have saved sort of the planet and changed the outcome?
If all was fair and above board, and you as people were able to utilize the technology for the growth of your people, the growth of your planet, and the growth of your agriculture and healthcare, then of course there would be absolutely no need for all that is happening because Earth would be running as it should be, and she would not be being harmed in the way that she is right now, and there would not be that control that there is right now. So the only reason this is happening is because um, Earth has decided that it's too much now, and wants to bring um, love and a wonderful life to a new planet where humans and other beings can live with her in harmony. We have exerted um, enough lessons on this current planet right now. It is getting to the point where it would be more like living in a prison, in a torture prison. Um, and the lessons that would be learned would not be uh, beneficial enough to for the betterment of the planet. It would the planet would cease to be a place of lessons and move into being a literal prison, and that is not the purpose of a planet.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hi, South. For the people who are withholding this technology, is this part of their life contract?
It is, yes, it is a life contract that you have made with them. Um, it is um, it is like people have created this place of withholding information and technology and control, and you as souls know what you're entering into when you visit Earth for this lifetime. So you make that contract with yourself, and you make the contract with the people around you, knowing what you are letting yourselves in for. Um, it's not a literal contract made between you and those that control you, though it is to a point. The real contract is made with yourself and your team and the people around you to enter into Earth knowing exactly what you're letting yourselves in for, and wanting to learn and experience lessons in that way. Um, of course, when you come to Earth, before you enter Earth, you've no fear. Fear doesn't exist. So you're very quick to rip out the pages and sign away and and jump straight into your incarnation. And as soon as you start to live on the earth, your soul thinks, why did I do this? And Andre has done this many times, and it's making us laugh because here he is again. um, but it's wonderful lessons, and in the grand scheme of things, good and bad doesn't really exist. It is all just is. So um, nobody's in trouble, or nobody is going to uh, face a judgment day. It is the law of karma that makes a soul want to experience what he has done in this life, from the perspective of those that he has done it to, or for, or around. Um, so yes, that is, it's all part of the contract that you make. You know that you will perform your task and live your life and learn your lessons, knowing that when you return, um, uh, that you will have to experience it all from the other perspective.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah. And so Andre wasn't doing this because he was drunk. He was fully aware of his life that he was signing up for, and it's not a punishment, it was his free will.
So Andre is the avatar that I decided to use, the vessel that I decided to use. I am very quick to jump into these contracts. I have done many, many a time. Sometimes I have let um, the lifetime corrupt me, and have learned wonderful lessons from that. This lifetime I was very quick to jump at because it was such a wonderful opportunity to advance the betterment of humanity. And yes, the vessel Andre is has had times of struggle and pain, um, but when his soul passes back, he will be very glad for the experience.
Okay, thank you so much. That's awesome. And so, and speaking of general terms, no one's here, no one's been sent here to Earth as a punishment. It is truly for everyone's free will, and they have chosen this, right?
Yes, absolutely. You think, why would anyone want to come back here? Why would we keep doing this to ourselves? But that is not the perspective when your soul is not in your vessel.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that great confirmation. And are you able to let Andre know how he's going to feel once he arrives onto New Earth?
Yes, it will. It will be weird for all of you. It will be so strange for all of you. It will be unbelievable for a while. It's like we're showing Andre a time where he collapsed and woke up in an ambulance. Um, a similar feeling. He was looking around, wondering why there was people looking at him. Where was he? What had happened? Trying to remember who he was. And it's that a similar feeling. But also, we are showing him and asking and showing him, giving him the reminder of the feeling of um, knowing that you were that he was still on Earth. He was still a person. He was still who he was. Um, and he was just adjusting to his surroundings. And that's sort of a similar idea as to how it's going to feel on New Earth. You wake up as if you were unconscious and you're not where you were, and uh, all is different and weird and strange. You don't quite feel like you're awake, but there is a wonderful acceptance that you'll feel, just of knowing, and it will be very quick to adjust to um, the new environment, because you are not thinking with a conscious brain, like a physical brain. You are experiencing, we'll call them thoughts, in a very beautiful and organic and natural, energetic way.
So thank you. So even though he knows about the shift and moving to New Earth, it's still going to be a bit disorientating for him.
Yes, it will be disorientating for all of you. It's it's like when you anyone who has astral traveled in their bed, and we're reminding Andre again of the of last night and the night before, when he started to astral travel, and he couldn't quite believe what was happening. And then when he was brought back to his body, he had to sort of um, put two and two together as to what was happening. But when he was about to project, he was very happy to be in the moment. um, it was when the conscious brain took over that he found himself disorientated. So um, it will be disorientating for him, but not in the way that it sounds like on Earth. It's hard to explain. It will be disorientating, but the acceptance and underlying knowledge that surrounds that initial disorientation uh, will overpower any fear that potentially you might imagine you would have by waking up in a new surroundings. There is a wonderful and very real acceptance and understanding of what has happened. It's just the initial impact of it having actually happened will be quite disorientating for you. You're getting used to a new energy signature, a new feeling, a new body, in inverted commas. So that is sort of how it will feel.
Thank you so much. And just out of curiosity, I know that Andre does enjoy a pizza or two. On the new Earth, how will he enjoy food, and will it be the same?
It can be whatever you want it to be. You will not feel the need to want to indulge in food like you do in the physical Earth, in the old Earth. Um, but you might feel you see you will experience new pleasures and new wants and needs that will give you very much joy. It sounds Andre thinks very much about oh well, I can do anything, so I would definitely do this and definitely do this, satisfying the pleasures of the old earth. But when he's there, it will be totally different. You will think, oh, that experience that experience would not satisfy me at all. It's very, very 3D and old earth and physical, and um he is not grasping the entirety of how basic, we'll say, the even the most pleasurable experiences have been in this life compared to what you all will experience on New Earth. So he can make a pizza if he wants, but I think he might enjoy flying above the mountaintops and getting to know the animals and having energetic baths and uh, these types of things that are so much more impactful than having a Domino's or having sex or going to the cinema or eating a big meal.
Thank you so much. Will Andre be going back to another 3D life in his future?
Um, he will return to more planets that are in need of assistance. He will never have to go back to a planet like Earth again. But there will be other physical planets that he will have to visit and spend lifetimes on to help in a similar way that he has done on this planet. Um, it will not quite be the same as Earth because Earth is really the only planet in the world that has that system of karma where you must repay karma, and experience all the lower density emotions and get rid of them and release them. There's no other planet really in all of creation that experiences this like you do. It will not be quite as imprisoning in the feeling as Earth can feel. Um, so Andre will experience the physical again, but it will not be in the same way like Earth.
Thank you so much. And so he'll be helping out planets who also need to be evacuated, because the consciousness of the planet is changing. Is that?
Yes, there are other planets in the universe that bear with us now. Andre is projecting, and we're going to bring him back. We're going to bring him. Bear with us 1 second.
Is he trying to astral plane while we're having a session?
We're sending him a vision. We 1 second. Yes, Andre is trying to astral project.
Well, now that he realizes he can do it, he's like, I'm out of here.
Out of here. um, so there are we were taking Andre, well, we say taking, he was trying to go and see space for what it is, and he was beginning to see this wonderful, vast, amazing, energetic place, and it was because he was trying to describe other planets that will need his help, and his soul was essentially trying to visualize it in a very real way. So we'll talk just very briefly about another planet that might need help. Would be another planet where reptilians have done a similar thing to Earth. There needs help in there is planets that need help in that way, and there are very so I'm just seeing both a very primitive planet, similar to the way Earth was in the beginning, when it was more about the energy and the powers of the people and less about technology and advancement. They also need help from teachers who have experienced and gone through what they will be going through. It is he's also being shown a very, very extremely advanced planet that needs help being brought back to their roots, to the basics of life. So there are many different projects Andre will have, and there is also planets that Andre will help to create. Um, uh, and this is also, again, why he has chosen to experience the creation and destruction of this current planet.
Fantastic. And I wish him all the best for those experiences.
Well, you will be also with him in many of the experiences. As will there are very similar things for all of you happening. It's no coincidence that you have met at this time in this life.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, thank you. Yes, well, great. So, conscious higher self. Finally, the last thing I'd like to ask is, how would you summarize to someone who is asking about the event on the 21st of December this year? How is the best accurate statement to say about what is happening to humanity?
Okay. We're going to keep it very brief and basic, understanding that if any of your listeners would like more of an in-depth explanation into what is happening, that there is many videos on this YouTube page that they can visit, videos and videos and videos and videos. So if you are hearing this for the first time, it would be advisable to stop the playing of this video and move to videos that start at approximately the date of August of this year and work your way up. And for those that have chosen to stay on and watch the end of this video, we will summarize in a very basic way what is going to happen. So Earth has decided to leave this lifetime and reincarnate in a new planet. There are many reasons for this, some being that she has chosen to experience new experiences, but also that the running of this planet and the way the planet has evolved and grown over the years, the many years, has become tiresome and unnecessary and showing a very showing a negative projection into the future for the betterment of humanity. So your souls and other collectives and other souls have worked together with Earth to come up with a plan to uh, move off this current physical planet and join Earth in her incarnation on a new planet that you have labeled New Earth. In doing this, the help of many, as you call them, extraterrestrials and collectives have come together to devise a plan to physically lift your light bodies off this planet, to heal and to modify them so that they align with the energies of the new Earth, um, uh, where you will be kept on ships over a period of time and moved on physically onto a new planet where you will start uh, living on this planet and forging a new way for, we'll call it humanity, in a very balanced, peaceful, and symbiotic relationship with nature and animals and other extraterrestrial beings. Um, the last 10 or so years have been about getting the people and the planet ready for this transition. So there has been energies beaming and onto the planet, growing stronger, forcing people to work out a lot of their karma and to learn the lessons that they need to learn in this lifetime in order to be able to break that cycle and move off the planet with Earth. There are many who have chosen to stay on the Earth as it is, which is called Old Earth. Um, that has been labeled by humans, and this is to learn the lessons so that the souls can see the destruction of a planet and witness it firsthand. Those that have chosen to move to New Earth have already seen the destruction of planets and have already been involved with that. And it's just the lessons that the souls have chosen to experience. And although it may seem very harsh and like a punishment, nothing is done outside of free will. This is all the soul's decisions to experience this. And that is very important to know. So um, that is a basic rundown of what is happening. And if there is any elaboration you need, please ask.
No, you did a great job. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Is there any final messages that you have for Andre?
Mm, no, actually. He has to start his work week again tomorrow, and he must remember to feel prepared for the influx of energy uh, as the energies start to intensify. People will need him more and more. So just remember that it's all for a purpose. And maybe at the end of next week, if there is a time, another session to help to release the energy that he cannot release himself through his own grounding practices, that might be very beneficial for the mission if it can work out that way. And yes, that's all. You're all doing a great job. Andre has done a great job. And we've said this to you time and time again, and we will continue to say it. So we appreciate the sacrifices that you are making to help others in this in these last few weeks.
Thank you so much. Super appreciate it. So we'll ask now that the subconscious and higher self receive with much love.